Hi, it's Beth Pantazzi, the Assistive Tech OT. I am just doing a follow-up video from last week's video for the Ablenet Bluetooth switch for use with one of my students' iPads. I wanted to follow up because I was really so proud of myself for getting it set up in a way that I thought was going to be most beneficial. And when I worked with the student to try to get it to work for her, she was able to communicate to me that she wanted the switch at her knee because that is a place that she is better able to activate it. And she also expressed to me that she wasn't going to be able to do the two-step where she hits one to move it and one to select it. So we opted for having it scan automatically for her. I had it set, I believe, for 3 seconds, and she told me that that was just a little bit too short for her. So we bumped it up to 4 seconds. And so I got everything set up, and I worked with the educational assistant in the classroom and the teacher and helped them to work through practicing it over the next week. And then we're going to follow up next week to see how things are going. So I just wanted to show you the screen recording of the iPad that I did to show how it works. So for the purpose of the demonstration, I did just a tapping of the screen switch because I don't have the switch anymore because it's with the student. So we just have it so that the screen, any tap anywhere on the screen selects the item. So it's on auto scanning, and I have the auto scanning on mine set for 3 seconds. But again, like I said, it's set for 5 seconds for hers. So there you see the auto scanning. Again, like I said, it's 3 seconds on mine, but we set it for 4 seconds for hers. We have 4 loops. We have it for extended predictions. We do have sound effects on, and that also is something that the student requested. So this is just now a demonstration. I turned on the switch control, and that little clicking sound that you hear is the feedback. That is the sound that the student did vocalize that she wanted. So in the screen recording, you can see how it kind of goes through over and over again because I didn't click the right thing. But I actually end up using this method to turn off the switch control. So here's another thought is that if you have a student that maybe they are able to use their hand effectively and you don't have access to a switch, because I believe the Ablenet Bluetooth switch is, I want to say it was over $200. So if you don't have access to that, but you have a student that is able to tap the screen, but maybe not necessarily able to isolate to one specific area, you could use this method for that student. So really, my reason for doing this follow-up video is I really wanted to stress the importance of making sure that you talk to your student and communicate with your student if they are nonverbal, to find out what they think will work for them, because I could have just handed over the switch and said, here you go, and it would not have been it wouldn't have been used because it was not being used in a way that would be beneficial for my student. So you can see there that I just turned off the switch control using it. And anytime it kind of like had the gradation of the red was when I had tapped the screen. So we need to make sure that we're communicating with the individuals that we're working with to find out what will work for them, what won't work for them. And so I really think that there were two parts of this process that were particularly challenging. The first one was finding just the right knee placement for this student. And it meant me putting things to prop up the switch to try to make it. We learned that you have to depress the switch and then make sure that you fully come off of it, or you won't be able to depress it again until that happens. And then we also found out that it kind of needs to be sticking out a little bit so she can get more leverage on it. And it's by no means a completed process. We will have to continue to refine the movement. I also provided them with a iPad stand so that there does not need to be an adult that is holding that for her all the time. So hopefully this little tidbit follow-up video was helpful for you. If you have any questions, let me know. I'd love to hear what your challenges are and see if I can help find a solution. If you would like to reach out, you can reach me on email at theassistivetechot@gmail.com or on Instagram at theassistivetechot. Thanks so much.